I'm Edwina Brennan, and I went to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. The summer landscape classes for the Pennsylvania Academy were held out at Saunders Woods, a small park in Montgomery County, with Jimmy Lueders and Lou Sloan, and it was just wonderful to be introduced to the darks and the lights and the colors, and Jimmy was just wonderful. He'd come around and critique a number of times while you were painting, and I went to those summer classes for about 5 years. But in the classes at the Academy, Bruce Samuelson introduced us to gestural drawing. Eventually, I went and drew bicycles and chairs, which had a lot of movement in them. I was tuned to the circles. I was in the shows for the Manayunk bike race a number of times. The circles of the wheels I continued using. I still begin a painting with a circle. And the brushes are on the floor. I get my exercise bending over. And as you can see, here is a circle. My drawings and paintings are gestural abstractions with the use of much color. I love color, which I learned from Jimmy and Lou Sloan at the Academy. I like a joyous experience because I enjoy painting. And I enjoy looking at painting, and I want people to be happy. I don't think of macabre issues. And because I use black, it's not dark. It's just that black is strength as far as I'm concerned. It gives vibrancy and between the dark and the light. That's what I enjoy.
Who are some of your artistic influences?
I just saw some Cy Twombly's at the Met, which were just gorgeous. And Joan Mitchell, I love Joan Mitchell, Giacometti. I've been painting abstractly for about 10, maybe 15 years. I always have flowers and plants around and think about them, but the lines and the marks are more important to me now than any image that I could think of.
And yet, the closer I looked, the more imagery I saw in these remarkably evocative paintings. Beautiful, sun-drenched landscapes, gardens, and a storm at sea.
That's funny that you say that, because I had a sailboat, and we sailed in the Virgin Islands and in Bermuda, and this does look like some of the water, the gorgeous turquoise, and the mixture of the green. These are all mixtures of colors on my palette. I don't know whether you want to refer to them as drawings or paintings, because they could be either one. I painted on canvas for a long time, and then I was introduced to mylar, which is a film with a frosted surface. And I enjoyed painting and applying the paint to the mylar, using my brushes, and I use a palette knife. Also oil sticks, which are fun to use. They're thick and beautiful colors. You make very thin marks with these long bristle brushes. You can get a very nice long line with a palette knife. And The turpentine is the base, so I use very thin paint and build up the surfaces so that you get different textures. And the relationship between one mark and another, a straight line and a curved line, thick paint and thin paint. It makes a big difference.
Edwina Brennan's Adventures in Color will be on display through September 28, 2014 at the 3rd Street Gallery, ironically on 2nd Street in Old City, Philadelphia. You may wonder how she can pack such beauty and enormous energy into her work. Well, I heard things. Edwina, there's a rumor that you have a large glass of Red Bull every morning. Is that true?
My doctor says it's terrible and I have to give it up. But it's sugar-free.
And what does it do for you?
Well, it's like 10 cups of coffee. It's got a lot of caffeine. Unfortunately, I'm addicted to caffeine. Well, fortunately, it's only caffeine that I'm addicted to, so.
It's all good.